Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes, tamu sana. Yesterday, Kenya Kwanza Alliance was in Baringo County. And Mudavadi made some remarks while in Baringo, remarks that are being seen and being interpreted, that he was just leaking some information from their Statehouse meetings when he was still in the handshake team. So in this video, I want us to briefly listen to Mudavadi, after which, as usual, we are just going to dissect that to see exactly what might be happening behind the scenes. Listening to this.
Wasijaribu kusema wataiba kura. Unajua tulikuwa pahali na Moses Wetangula na wengine, hata Kalonzo alikuwa hapo, hata Gideon Moi alikuwa hapo, hata mimi nilikuwa hapo, na mtu mmoja katika hii serikali akasema nitoboa ama niwache, nitoboa ama niwache, nitoboa ama niwache. Akasema they have the capacity to create a backroom IBC if we can be together. Mnasikia hiyo? They have the capacity to create a backroom IBC. I want to say this. We do not want any backroom IBC. Kenyans must be given their due right constitutionally. Their decision to vote for whoever they choose to vote for must be respected, must be honored, and must be upheld so that Kenya can be stable and democracy can be our guide and our road as we go into the future.
Yes, that's Mudavadi speaking yesterday in Baringo. So let's also listen to William Ruto some months back, after which we'll combine all these clips to see exactly what might be happening in Kenya Kwanza Alliance. Listening to this again.
Hata wakitaka waweke Uhuru Odinga awe chairman wa IEBC, mimi sina shida, mimi sina problem, kwa sababu mimi najua hawawezi kuamua, wananchi ndio wataamua. Ama mnasemaje? Tuko pamoja?
Kama kungekuwa na system na deep state, wangeruhusu UDA ishinde Kiambaa.
Yes, that's Mudavadi and also William Ruto. And listening to Musalia and listening to William Ruto, it's very clear that these two leaders are reading from different pages. Maybe one is trying to be honest, while the other is trying to be hypocritical here. And in this case, from where I see it, William Ruto is trying to be hypocritical, because all along looking at William Ruto, he has been playing politics of lies and propaganda. So those two speakers, Mudavadi and William Ruto, they are actually exposing the kind of a total confusion in Tanga, or rather in Kenya Kwanza Alliance. They don't have a common narrative that they can actually run away with. Musalia, I know that some leaders in Kenya Kwanza Alliance are trying to project that aspect that some people are planning to rig the election. But William Ruto's past remarks is actually betraying that. So some do not know whether to actually go with that narrative of Mudavadi, or to stick with that old narrative of William Ruto, that there is no system, no deep state that can steal election, and that is the people to decide. So I'm seeing a group that is really in a mess. There is total confusion in that team. And that confusion is actually going to augur very negatively for even, is going to augur negatively for them in terms of even mobilizing their supporters across the country to actually turn out in large numbers to vote for them. They seem not to be having a common narrative they can actually sell to their supporters. That comes out very clearly. And then secondly, It's very clear, ladies and gentlemen, that a combination of Raila and a combination of Uhuru, and this is something I've always been stating here, that combination will be very hard to beat. And it will be very hard to beat because in Kenya Kwanza Alliance, the only vote that they are actually guaranteed is only the maybe Kalenjin Rift Valley vote. That's the only guaranteed vote they might be guaranteed of as I talk. The mountain vote that forms the biggest chunk of William Ruto's support, that mountain vote seems to be slippery. That is a support, or rather that's a vote that can easily desert William Ruto anytime. So I'm seeing a possibility or a situation where this whole team of Kenya Kwanza Alliance, they are now sensing defeat. And now they are just trying to find excuses why they will be beaten in August this year. They have already sensed a defeat, a looming defeat. And then thirdly, listening to William Ruto, listening to Musalia Mudavadi, I'm seeing also a situation where William Ruto's past hypocrisy, or rather past hypocrisy, is actually catching up with him. William Ruto has always been lying to Kenyans. And now that the reality of election is just around the corner, he might be feeling the heat. So he might also be confused as to whether to accept the reality that there is a system, there is a deep state, because all along he has been denying the existence of that system. And so William Ruto, from where I sit, is torn apart between accepting the reality that there is a system or continuing with this hypocrisy that there is no system. I'm seeing now William Ruto's hypocrisy actually catching up with him. And that is so because I've always maintained William Ruto's politics has always been based on lies and propaganda. And I'm saying that with a lot of confidence because naturally, if you listen carefully to William Ruto's brand of politics, and even his supporters will agree with me, William Ruto's brand of politics is majorly based on lies and propaganda. And now one such propaganda is now just actually catching up with him, just some few months through the election. He has actually been lying that there is no deep state, there is no system. And he was even challenging Raila Amolo Odinga even to appoint Uhuru Odinga as IEBC chairman. So that hypocrisy is now just actually catching up with him. Elections are now just around the corner. And now that deep state now, he had been all along been denying, is now just maybe showing its true colors. And even Musalia Mudavadi might also just be alluding to that. So William Ruto, from where I sit, his loose tongue and his hypocrisy is actually his undoing. And that is now causing him a lot of pain as I talk. Another point, listening to Musalia Mudavadi, I don't know whether to sympathize with Musalia Mudavadi or to empathize with him. What goes around always comes around. We are in Kenya and we know how Kenyan politics is always been played. In 2007, it was very clear Raila Amolo Odinga might have won those elections. Same to 2013 and 2017. And in 2017, the Supreme Court even annulled those elections. And Musalia Mudavadi, in one way or the other, he might have been a victim of those past rigged elections. But Musalia Mudavadi has never been smart enough to accurately read the seasons, to know that it was also his season to enjoy. If at all there's some rigging that is always being done, this was Musalia Mudavadi's chance to maybe also enjoy those kind of riggings. But Musalia Mudavadi has not read the seasons pretty well, and now is now forced to again cry about a system planning to rig elections. That's just an indication that Musalia Mudavadi is not a very smart politician. He does not know how to read seasons. This was Musalia's season to also glory, to make merry, as those who have been stealing those previous elections also maybe feel the pinch of a rigged election. Musalia Mudavadi failed to read he failed to read the season accurately, and now maybe come this year, August, we might find Musalia Mudavadi, a dejected personality, a dejected politician, crying foul that their elections have been stolen simply because Musalia is not a smart politician. He does not know on how to read seasons. What goes around actually comes around. That is the reality of our Kenyan politics as it is. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude, let me remind you that if in case you've just bumped here for the very first time, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Give it a like, please. If you are watching us outside Kenya for the very first time, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. And if possible again, subscribe, give this video a like. Our fans and subscribers here, I'm very much humbled, very grateful for the kind of support you are giving me here. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana.